Hello everybody, Dan Babis here. Welcome back to Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below because we cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé right here on the channel. Right guys, so let's get into it. Today we have a story for you about Patrick Mendes and his Brazilian girlfriend, Thais Ramon. And this video actually has more to do with Patrick Mendes because we're going to be talking about a bunch of different things about Patrick. Number one, we're going to be talking a little bit about his Olympic history. Patrick was an Olympian. He competed for the USA national team at the Olympics. And of course, he also admitted that he cheated. He took human growth hormone, HGH, and as a result, that ended his Olympic career. However, some people are saying that he's not really taking ownership of his cheating, and he's kind of trying to slyly sweep it under the rug or just not address it properly. So we're going to talk about that. Did Patrick properly address his cheating history? We're also going to talk about how much money does Patrick really make. Now, he did say at one point, I forget which episode it was, but he did say that he made about $100,000. Actually, no, sorry. This is what I heard online. He said he made $1,000 a day doing his job. So we'll talk about his finances. Now, before we get into that, I just wanted to kind of recap a little bit what happened on this past week's episode between these two. So on one hand, you have Patrick and his brother. They're kind of, getting ready to welcome Thais that's going to be living with them in this big old house in Austin, Texas. And the show is leading up to it really like in a big and massive way that this is going to be the drama. It's going to be between Thais and Patrick's brother and whether they can get along and coexist in that big old house. That's going to be the drama for them this season. On the other hand, you have Thais in Brazil, who supposedly lied to her dad that she was going to America because she wanted to be with Patrick. I think she even said that she wanted to marry him, but she told everybody else in the family, besides the dad, that she was going to America to stay. She told her dad that she was going for a short-term kind of trip thing, and if she didn't like it, she would come back. Felt a little fishy, and at one point you saw the dad. It looked like he was crying. I rewatched that scene about 2 or 3 times because first it kind of, I felt it and I felt his emotion. Then I rewatched it again. I didn't see any tears. And then I rewatched it again. And honestly, it felt scripted. The third time I watched it, I wasn't feeling it anymore. So it felt scripted. It felt like something they were doing for the camera. Perhaps I'm wrong, but that's how it felt to me after rewatching it a few times, because I did rewatch it to see if he had any tears and I didn't see any. So let's get into this piece today, guys, right here. So why fans say Patrick Mendes doesn't take responsibility. So before his 90 Day Fiancé debut, and this comes to us from Screen Rant, by the way, Patrick Mendes was known for his weightlifting career. Fans believe that Patrick doesn't take responsibility for his past. Pat Mendes has only been a part of the 90 Day Fiancé franchise for a few weeks, but fans are already calling out the weightlifter for dodging responsibility for events in his past. Before expanding into reality TV, Patrick was known for his budding career as a weightlifter. Patrick began training for the Olympics in 2008. He won the USA National Championship as a super heavyweight in 2011 and 2012. Unfortunately for Patrick, the 31-year-old was caught using banned substances shortly after and was suspended from the sport from 2012 to 2014. A year after his suspension ended, Patrick was again disqualified for using another prohibited performance enhancer. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think he got an 8-year suspension after that. With his professional weightlifting days behind him, Patrick was cast for 90 Day Fiancé Season 9 alongside his Brazilian fiancée, Thais Ramon. Patrick met the 25-year-old on a dating app while visiting Brazil, and they quickly fell for one another, and they've been a couple ever since. Now, after 3 episodes without scenes featuring the duo, Patrick and Thais finally made their 90 Day Fiancé debut during the May 8th installment this past week. With the engaged couple now in the U.S., Patrick and Thais have been living with Patrick's brother John in Dallas. I thought it was Austin. Maybe it's Dallas. Yeah, it's one of those two. Patrick briefly glossed over his controversial weightlifting past and revealed that he has been living with John since his first marriage ended. While 90 Day Fiancé fans are excited to see how Patrick and Thais' relationship develops, many think that Patrick's passive explanation failed to assume responsibility for taking steroids. 90 Day Fiancé fans are particularly unenthused with Patrick phrasing his suspension as simply testing positive for performance enhancers. Redditor Unlikely Association wrote that Patrick should have admitted to cheating as a weightlifter, which others quickly agreed with. Several users compared Patrick's phrasing to other commonly given excuses, while a few others wondered if Patrick is under contractual obligation to not disclose too much about the doping controversy. Nevertheless, these 90 Day Fiancé fans think Patrick should have been more straightforward about the situation, given that the knowledge can easily be found on live. I tested positive for sounds like it passively happened to him. It would have been more accurate to say I took performance-enhancing drugs. You guys let me know what you think about that. I tend to agree with that. I feel like it's it's a subtle way of trying to kind of minify the act that he did, because he did willingly, take performance enhancers. Saying I tested positive, I don't know how the substance got in me. I tested positive, so it does kind of sound that way. And here's why I have a problem with it. Now, we'll get back to this piece in a second, but if we go to Pat Mendez's Instagram account, he lists himself in his profile as a 3 times weightlifting national champion, right? And he says a season 9 cast member and engaged to Thais, Ramon, etc. But he does say that he's a 3 times national champion. And so he's taking great pride in that, right? He's advertising it like it's a proud, it's a proud achievement in his history. But at the same time, he's been caught cheating and he's been disqualified, and it ended his career. He's not putting that on his Instagram. So, kind of have a bit of an issue with that. Let's go back to this piece right here. So in addition, other fans think that Patrick was not forthcoming or completely honest about his last marriage. Not much is known about Patrick's first wife besides the fact that they met in a gym. With his ex-wife being a fellow weightlifter, Patrick explained during his 90 Day Fiancé debut episode that the pair got divorced once she fell in love with a wrestler. Did she fall in love with a wrestler? I thought he said that they got divorced because he was basically, his career was ruined and they no longer could do, body like weightlifting together. But maybe that's what happened. I'm having a bit of a blank here. Fans aren't buying this abridged story, however, and many speculate that Patrick's ex-wife leaving was a consequence of a steroid use. Well, he kind of did say that. I'm pretty sure that that's what he said. I guarantee a major reason she left was that he got caught cheating on the drug screening twice. That calls into question his character. At least it's what somebody said. With Patrick and Thais, new viewers are intrigued by this couple. Okay, so I think Patrick, at least he admitted to part of that. He did say that he and his wife got into some kind of issue. It all started after he was, no longer able to compete. That's how he framed it. But perhaps, his wife did rip him because he was a cheater and he cheated and she didn't want to be associated with him anymore. And so on and so forth. But he framed it as, oh, we just couldn't have the same lifestyle or something like that anymore. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Also, what do you think about how Patrick is kind of framing himself and how he's kind of passively saying that he tested positive? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below. I will say one thing. At least Patrick addressed the elephant in the room on, I think it was on the first episode or second. He said it. I got caught. At least he said it. I think the reason why he said it, though, is because he knew that people were going to find out sooner or later, and the backlash would have been massive and serious had he not said anything. So I think that's the only reason why he said it, because obviously he's just advertising the glorious past of his weightlifting career, but none of the very shady past of his cheating. So, you guys let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Let's move on to the second part of this video, guys, which has to do with how much money does Patrick earn. And I mean, I don't care how much money he earns. He could earn little or he can earn in the millions. It doesn't affect me. But I've noticed a lot of people are wondering how much money he earns because he did say on the show that his job pays him $1,000 a day. And, when I heard that, I was like, wow, that sounds like a lot. Like $1,000 a day, if you work every day for a year, that's $365,000 a year, almost $500,000. And, like some lawyers don't make that, right? Like that's a lot of money. And so let's take a look here at what is going on with Patrick's career and finances. So now that his weightlifting career is over, what's his job now? So, but what is Patrick's job outside of 90 Day Fiancé? Viewers learn in Tyson Patrick's first episode that he makes enough money to be able to travel to Brazil often and own his own home where he lives near Austin, Texas. So that's right. He does live in Austin, Texas, not Dallas, like we saw before. He also once had a successful weightlifting career that almost landed him in the 2016 Olympics. But with his professional weightlifting days behind him, Patrick has a different job now. So he explains that he sells home alarm systems, and according to his LinkedIn, Patrick is a big deal with Vivint Smart Home. He's a general manager for the company, and he has been with Vivint since 2013. Before that, Patrick was a car salesman. He wrote in his LinkedIn bio that because of him and his teams beneath him, he has earned the company millions of dollars. So it makes sense that he has done well for himself financially. According to Glassdoor, general sales manager at Vivint Smart Home can make as much as $103,000 per year. For Patrick, the number could be even higher because of possible commissions he makes on different sales. Outside of that, Patrick also offers coaching for other salespeople, and he's on Cameo. By the way, Cameo, he is on Cameo, but I mean, he has one review, 6 followers. Looks like he just started that. He's probably made $30 on that, so I wouldn't really include that in there, but he is on Cameo. That much is true. Patrick had a weightlifting career, so he has a lot of experience in sales, but there was also a time when he was made a living as a weightlifter. He was on track to join the Olympics at one point. He tested positive for steroids. Okay, we did that. Tice and Patrick made it be. Do they make it beyond season 9? The biggest issue is the fact that Patrick's brother lives with them and Tice isn't wild about living with her roommate. So, yeah. Okay, so that's kind of it, guys. Let's go on his Instagram, and here he is, guys. So he kind of posted this about him and Tice in the U.S., or first day in the U.S. So a few things about that. Patrick said he makes about $1,000 a day. You can see his salary is about $100,000 or so. He definitely makes good money based on everything that we're seeing. It looks like he's been with the company for a while. Now, one of my concerns when I first saw Patrick was that this guy comes off like a massive douche. He just does. He comes off like the type that would rent a Tesla to go and pick up his girlfriend just to impress her. He comes off like the type that would buy a fake Rolex and put it in a nice little box to make it look all legit and everything, and take it out and put it on to go into his Tesla that he rented to go pick up and impress his girl. He comes off like the type that is shallow, and he wants to look like he has money. And usually I'm skeptical of people like that, people that are trying very hard to look like they have money. Generally, I'm skeptical. And so, that's also why I was kind of interested about what he did. But it sounds like he does make pretty decent money. So there you have it about his finances. Now, the other question about these two is, we've had a bunch of couples this season that are already, we already know that they're married, right? So we already know Bilal and Shaida are married. We already know that Jabri and Miona are likely married based on information that came out of Jabri's own mouth, and Kara and Guillermo as well. And, for this couple, it kind of sounds like they're going to get married too. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll have to do some digging. But if they're not married, I feel like this couple will get married in the near future. The reason for that is because I feel like Tice knows exactly what she wants. I feel like she knows that she wants to go to the U.S. I feel like she knows that Patrick has some money. And so I feel like she knows that she wants to marry Patrick. Patrick, on the other hand, looks like he wants to be with Tice. We'll see what happens on the season, but my theory right now is that I don't think this couple has a whole heck of a lot of drama going on, and I think that they're using the brother because some of the scenes with the brother, like when they went into the bar and the brother was asking people, hey, do you think that it's normal that, Patrick, he has to like put his location on his phone and, and stuff like that. I felt like some of those scenes were very scripted. They felt very fake and phony to me. And so I feel like they're going to kind of pile on this fake drama just for the cameras, and it's all going to have to do with the dynamic between Tice and his brother. I could be wrong, but that's what I feel right now. And if that's the case, then, it seems like this couple already knows what they want. Tice, I think, already said that she wants to marry Patrick. So it sounds like it's going to be a done deal at some point. So, just another couple on this season that is just on the show to be on the show. I'm not sure that they're going to have much for us. Maybe I'm wrong, though, and perhaps we're going to have more juicy tidbits about Patrick's career, his cheating, perhaps his ex-wife come out. But for now, that was the news, guys, that I wanted to bring to you about how much money Patrick earns, roughly, and also a little bit about his cheating career and what fans are saying. So you guys let me know what you think about the way that Patrick is kind of framing himself. You guys let me know if you believe Patrick when he's driving a Tesla, when he's putting on a Rolex. You let me know if you believe all of that. Like I said, my inclination first was not really to believe it because I just don't believe it when people are trying to put on a show. But you guys let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Do you think that Patrick and Tice are going to get married? Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. Please hit that subscribe button down below. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.